All right, so I just wanted to make this video real quick, doing it live again, kind of like the video I did yesterday, just because it's a bit easier than setting everything up, and it'll just be a pretty straightforward, quick video, of which the basis is that I'm going to be closing HyperionHemp.com because of just continuing issues and hassles with credit card processors. So the credit card processor I was using for this website and for this product decided about a month ago to just drop all of their CBD related accounts. So that means I think on May 15th, I will not have a credit card processor. And even though hemp is completely legal on a federal basis, it's still many issues left to resolve on a state basis, as well as the fact that basically they've done pharmaceutical drugs and they've passed them from CBD, and then basically that creates the problem that you can't just sell pharmaceuticals everywhere. You can't just put them in food and drink products. So there's a lot of gray area, and a lot of all the major players, Amazon, Google, Facebook, YouTube, Shopify, Stripe, all these people are still against CBD. So you can't really advertise it. You can't really talk about it. You can't really do much. So I'm kind of just tired of dealing with the hassle. So basically the point is I have, I think, like maybe 10 or 12 bottles left on the website, HyperionHemp.com, and I dropped the price by 20 bucks. So I need to move these remaining 10 or 12 bottles in the next probably like 7 days. So that's the point of this video. I'm shutting that website down. I'm going to focus on other projects so you can get some of the remaining bottles left at a pretty deep discount. It's really great stuff and really, one of the best CBD products that I have found and that I've ever used. So that's it. Go to HyperionHemp.com. You can get a deep discount on the remaining 10 or 12 bottles, I think. And that'll be it. So that's all the announcement. I've had Hyperion Hemp for probably about a year now, but it's just been a little bit of a hassle because first off, I had maybe 5 or 6 videos about that product and about that website on my YouTube channel, and I'm pretty sure that's what got my account disabled in the first place, because YouTube is it doesn't make any sense. YouTube is against people talking about CBD from hemp, which is legal, but there's channels where people are literally smoking weed. That's their whole channel, is reviewing marijuana and rolling it up and smoking it. Granted, they're doing it in states that are legal, probably, but still federally. So it really makes no sense what their policies are, and even then, there's a ton of stuff that slips through. But either way, I'm just kind of tired of dealing with it and tired of the hassle. So I would recommend checking it out because it's a great product. And I won't be selling it anywhere else because basically the nature of the product means that I have to have a separate credit card processor, a separate LLC, everything legally and financially isolated from all of my other companies, which just creates more complexity and hassle and work for me. But it's what I have to do based on the nature of that product, because I can't just use PayPal or use Shopify or use a regular thing because of the weird legal gray area that it's in. So that's basically the point of the video and just what I wanted to share while I was taking a little bit of a break before lunch. I think I have 210 or 12 bottles left and you can get a huge discount. Yeah, it's $55 a bottle and it was $75 a bottle. So it's 20 bucks off, which is a pretty big discount, especially for what it is. And also one caveat is that I can only sell and ship within the United States because the credit card processor can't do international orders. They can only do domestic. So keep that in mind. If you're based anywhere other than the United States, you're not going to be able to check out on the website. Let's see. I think I missed a question. Oh yeah, let me see. Are you going to be having reishi spore powder soon? Yeah, it's It arrived to my packaging facility, I think Monday, a few days ago. So it should be packaged in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then it'll be on the website probably 3 to 4 weeks tops. I'm just waiting on packaging. I have everything else ready to go. All the product copy and the photos and the website stuff, that's all ready to go. I just need to, I'm waiting on packaging, which usually takes 2-3 weeks, depending on how busy they are, but sometimes around there, but it is ready. And I also have another new product that is delivered, and I'm also waiting on packaging, and that is pine pollen powder. Say that 30 times fast. So yeah, it's correct cell wall pine pollen powder that's been wild harvested, and that'll be the next offering after the spore powder. So far this year, I launched the zeolites, I've launched the lion's mane, I've launched the reishi spore powder, and then I'll be launching the pine pollen powder. And in the next week or two, I'll have all of the new teas on the website. I've just been kind of procrastinating on shipping it to my fulfillment center, so I'd have to get that going on. So I'll have a bunch of new stuff coming. So sure, the hemp CBD will be gone, but I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff. Plus, I'm going to be putting incense on Hyperion herbs. The incense was supposed to come today, but I guess it got delayed in customs, so I'm hoping tomorrow, because I'm going to be out of town for a while, and I don't want to miss that delivery. So I've got a bunch of cool new stuff coming, and those are all the things I have planned right now. I still have to figure out what I want to do after the spore powder and after the pine pollen powder. So right now I'm just drinking an oolong that I got from a local tea shop here. It's pretty good. I'm just kind of changing it up. I've been on a pu'er fermented tea kick for the past however many decades. So I just change it up because the weather's getting warmer and sunnier, and it was nice to just have something a little bit lighter and more floral. Let's see, pine pollen. I thought you said you didn't think pine pollen was good for everyone. Well, I still kind of feel that way, but there's a caveat there. There's a difference between the powder and the tincture. Now, the tincture, I think, would be a lot more medicinal and a lot more hormonal and a lot stronger, which would have a much narrower and more specific group of people that should probably take it, because the alcohol extraction is going to make the androgens much more available, and it's going to leave out all the nutritional components. However, doing low dose of the actual powder, I think, is probably okay and more nutritive than it is hormonal and stimulant. Partially because it's just a powder and it hasn't been concentrated, it hasn't been extracted, and the fact that it's going to have to pass through your GI tract. So you're not going to get as much of a hormonal impact, but you might get some or a little bit as a benefit, which is useful because a lot of people are dealing with a lot of estrogen issues. And the other side of it is that I have a decent chunk of my client base which are legitimately could benefit from something like that. Maybe they're a middle-aged man or older man who need something hormonally more uplifting, so they could take a higher dose. So that's why I decided to go for it, and decided to sell it. And just because in my own growth, at least in terms of a business, I'm going to try to expand my offerings, just because ultimately there's, on one side, my ideals and what works for me personally, but then there's also things that I can source in a very high quality way that can help a lot of people. So try to find some intersection of those things. And I've been doing low doses of pine pollen, and I haven't noticed much, if any, hormonal or stimulant effect. So in that basis, I think it's probably okay. That's basically just a caveat. Lion's main product is incredible. Yeah, I agree. I've gotten a lot of good feedback, a lot of good comments from people about that product, and I just ran out of my own stuff, and I really, really quite miss it. I need to get some more. Looking forward to the tooth care product you previously mentioned. Hopefully you're still considering it. Would you expound on tooth issues? I have that product finished, and I've sold maybe 20 or so bottles already. I've just been doing it on a small basis, person to person. So if you want a bottle, you can email me through the website, and I can ship you a bottle and give you more information about that. But I've already been selling it. It's just I make each batch by hand, and honestly I just need to get labels, and then I can sell it and get it out on a much more broader scale. So send me an email through the website, and I can get you the more information on the tooth care oil. So let me see. Someone just asked if the hemp was already sold out, so I'm just looking it up real quick on my phone. I don't think it should be. Unless someone bought literally everything. It looks like there's 10 bottles left. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It says 10 bottles. Inventory. Yeah, I have 10 bottles. 10 bottles are in stock, so you should be able to order unless you're trying to order more than 10, in which case it won't let you. But I'm looking at it now, and there's exactly 10 bottles. So, should be all right. But let me know if it still gives you that error. I don't know why it would do that, but it says there's 10 left. So yeah, if you want to know more about the tooth care oil, just send me an email, or maybe later on I'll just do a straight up video about it. But I haven't promoted it that much because I just don't have a label yet, and I just feel weird selling and sending unlabeled bottles. So that's kind of why I've just been doing it on a smaller basis. So yeah. Yes, I saw Kevin purchase 2, but that just took it from 10 to 12. So there should be 10 bottles left, unless you're trying to get more than 10. See, I can't hear you right now, but I was wondering if the extract carries the whole plant or just the cannabinoids, or is it just CBD? It's a whole plant, full spectrum extract. So it has everything in it that you would expect. It's not made from an isolate. Generally, what the vast majority of products on the market are made from are from isolates. So I'm not a fan of isolates. I understand their application in like beverages or foods because they mix, but in terms of something to take, I don't like isolates, and I think it's kind of silly, to be quite honest. But I get emails from companies all the time trying to sell me their isolate, and I'm not a fan. And I don't think it's particularly that effective. So yeah, it's whole plant, which makes it definitely a bit more rare. So let me see. Which is why if you taste it and you smell it, it tastes and smells like hemp, like cannabis. You open it, it has a smell. You taste it, and it has a strong flavor. And I don't add any. Well, there's no like citrus or orange or lemon or peppermint. No, it tastes like what it is, which is what I like and what I think is the most beneficial, to actually kind of taste it in some way. Do you think there might be some CBN or CBG? Well, if there is CBN and CBG in the plant, then it will be in there because it contains the full spectrum of those compounds. I can't remember the exact levels of those things, but as I'm remembering the test results, those things are in there, as is THC, as is a lot of things, but it's much smaller amounts. So, like I said, it's a full plant, full spectrum extract, and it's really good. So, yeah, let me know if you're able to not get that through, because it says there's 10 bottles left. So, but yeah, order as much as you want, or as little as you want. I don't know. Yeah, I just couldn't make any. I took down all the videos about my hemp and CBD from my channel because I suspect that's what got me deleted in the first place. So the first thing I did when my channel got restored is I took off all of those videos just because I didn't want to have to deal with that hassle again. And I just haven't talked about it. So hopefully this live stream doesn't get me banned. But I'll probably actually delete this live stream once once people have seen it a little bit, or once I sell out, just because I don't want to get I don't want to get my account banned again for talking about hemp. You know. Yeah, I don't know that Big Pharma is really pumping money into YouTube or that degree. I think it's just who knows really what it is. There's a lot of inconsistency in this world, let's say. But I'm happy to hang out and answer questions for a little bit longer before I have to go get some lunch. So I'm almost running out of water here on my tea. Someone was talking about a house tour earlier, but maybe someday. But as for the time being, my place is a bit messy. So I don't know that I really want to do that. I can do a room tour. Let's see. Here, we'll do a room tour. How about that? All right. So, got some agar-wood samples, some tea samples, scale, my tea ware, my tea whatever. Got my scroll. Another scroll, some artwork, another scroll, Wi-Fi router, singular plant, messy kitchen, artwork, TV, some abuse tools over there for massaging out tissues and stuff, which I don't really use anymore. Bookshelf, salt lamps, artwork, some ginseng and some oils and stuff, and then my really dirty couch with the blanket, some pants, got a tissue, got my tea towel, got some more teas over here, got my carpet, and windows with annoyingly loud cars, but as you can see, it's a pretty nice day going on out here. So that's basically this room. There you go. That's that room. Yeah, so hold on, let me double check again. Yeah, it says there's 10 bottles left. I don't know why. It's maybe like a refresh or something like that. That whole... I'm going to try to edit it again and see if there's some setting or something that won't let it happen. So, let me see here. No, there's definitely 10 left. Yeah, I don't know, man. All right. So yeah, I mean, try it again. There's definitely 10 bottles left, and the website's definitely working because Kevin just ordered, and there's definitely 10 bottles left because I just double checked the stock. So I don't know what the deal is. So there you go. Let me see. Yeah. I look forward to your video about the tooth oil, and we'll email. Yeah, just email me. I'll send you the ingredients and the directions and the price. But it's $35 for a 15 ml bottle. And basically it's used to swish. So you would swish it once or twice a day for 3 to 5 minutes or longer. You could use it for oil pulling. And so far, everyone that has used it has given me really good feedback in terms of reducing pain, reducing sensitivity, and just making your mouth feel really clean and reducing the like filmy whatever stuff that grows on people's teeth. So I've definitely noticed all of those for myself, and mostly everyone that's used it has said the same thing. So it's a really great combination and pretty rare and unique. And it's actually cheap because other two companies like Ascended Health or Living Libations, they have similar oils and they're all at least double the price, and I've used them and they're not even a fraction of the quality. So it's pretty cool. Let me see. Any other teas on the horizon? Yeah, I have a lot that I'll roll out, but I'm just gonna do the first three. This 90s sinking shung, the tocha, and the 80s loose shung. I'll do those. And then I have these buds, these like very pure buds from the 80s that I'll be rolling out, and those taste incredible. And they brew for a long time, and the price is really good, and the quality is really quite high. Do you offer any online counseling or anything? I was thinking about actually doing coaching things, or doing coaching or consulting or something like that. Yeah, just yesterday or the day before, I was considering that idea. I used to do one-on-one sessions for people, but I think this was like 2011, so online coaching and stuff wasn't really that popular at the time. So I was thinking about maybe just building like a whole side coaching business or something. But I don't know. I might do it. Part of it is just like, sometimes people that want, I mean, just to be totally honest, sometimes people that want help from me or would want a consultation, sometimes they just don't have any money. So it's like, well, then I'm just like not really want to do, I'm like, well, if you can't give me money, I'm not going to coach you. But it's funny because this is what will happen. Sometimes people will be like, oh, I don't have money, or do you need to do coaching? Or sometimes people just like, can you do coaching? And I'll be like, well, not right now, but if you have a question, then just like ask me the question, I'll answer it. Or I have 700 videos on YouTube that are all free. So, but then sometimes people just don't follow through. So I don't know. I need to figure out how much I would charge, but I could definitely do it just because there's a lot of things in my own life that I've sorted out, and there's just a lot of stuff that honestly people need help with for sure. And in many ways, I think just a lot of the information that's available isn't very good. And a lot of the gurus or a lot of the advice people are just really confused themselves and don't give people very actionable, real recommendations. They themselves are caught in fantasy, so they are recommending more fantasy for people who are already deep in fantasy. So that just doesn't really help. It might give people a short-term endorphin rush, but for long-term resolution, won't really do much. Because oftentimes, sometimes it's like, if you think about it, if you're going to lift weights and get stronger or increase your running endurance, it's not going to feel very good, and you're generally not going to want to do it. So this is the thing you run into with people if you're working with them, is they have all of their own resistance and they don't want to do shit usually. So if you're like, you should probably do this, they're like, I don't know, I don't think I should do that. That sounds hard, or like that doesn't feel good. So then what do people do? Oh, just do what feels natural. Just do what feels good to you. It's like, it's not always good advice. So I don't know. Long story short, yeah, I think could do some coaching, either on a one-on-one basis or do like a group type situation, and that could maybe like make it a lower price point. And because that's definitely something people do, is they'll do like a 4 to 8 week coaching thing where you take like 10 people and you each like have weekly follow-ups and then weekly things. Something like that could work. But yeah, in the future, could definitely do that. But if you want to email on the website, then I can take a look and we can talk more about that. But yeah, it looks like the order went through. So now there's 8 bottles left. Yep. 8 bottles, and it went through. So let's see. There's some other questions that I missed, so I will get them. Stuart asked, could you do a quick recap? Yes, the hemp extract will be no more after these 8 bottles are gone because of issues with the credit card processor. They just decided to drop all of their CBD accounts, which is the second time this has happened to me. Not only that, but talking about hemp and CD on my YouTube channel got me deleted. Even though it was by mistake and I got it reinstated, it got me deleted and cost me a lot of money. Screwed up my business, screwed up my YouTube channel, and was generally kind of annoying. So I'm dropping the product as a result of all these things, but it's okay because I'm rolling out like many other new products on Hyperion Herbs. And subsequently, there's 8 bottles left, and I dropped the price from $75 to $55 as an incentive to basically just get rid of it, because the account will close on the 15th, so I have to have everything gone by then. So that's that. Now you don't have to go back and watch the recap, but I'll scroll up and see if I missed these other questions. What do you think of spiritual gurus like Sadhguru in particular? I think as a person, he's actually seems more human than a lot of the other people, because he actually has a personality and he's happy, and it doesn't appear to have a huge facade. In terms of his advice or offerings or whatever he's doing for people, I don't really know, because I don't pay attention to those things. I don't have any interest. Those things don't do anything for me. I don't find any value in it. To me, it's just kind of like empty words, empty chatter, which is not really that relevant to me. So, yeah, but I mean, he seems pretty funny and entertaining, and at least has like a good vibe. But I don't know, I just don't, honestly just don't care. Like that whole world does not interest me in any way, shape, or form. You should do a Qigong workshop in the Midwest. I did some in Portland, but I just kind of stopped doing it and focused on other things. And I also have kind of toyed with the idea of doing more regular things in Portland. So we'll see. Let's see. Are you familiar with Stuart Wilde? And if so, what's your opinion of his work? I think I listened to a bunch of his stuff in like 10, 12 years ago. No, probably, yeah, like 2007, 2006. It was okay. I mean, he's funny and entertaining, and probably has some good things to offer, but I don't know, it just doesn't really interest me or strike me as that valuable. My brain can't really handle that stuff anymore. Like I can't really do endless waffling or endless things like that, where it's one of those things where the person could talk for 3 hours, or I could basically just sum up what they're saying in 3 sentences. So I just can't really do it, because usually I can hear someone's talk or hear what their thing is, and then be like, oh, okay, here's the thing. Done. I don't really need to. And I just, yeah, my mind doesn't work that way anymore, and I just don't have any interest. So that's my poorly formed, poorly formed and poorly delivered opinion on that. So yeah, let me see here. Yep, still like 8 bottles left. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm just checking the status of the website and stuff on my phone while I'm waiting. So yeah, if you want to roll out a few more questions, I'll probably hang for a few more minutes. But then I gotta get some lunch because I'm hungry. Yeah, one thing I could do, or I'll share something with you, which some people might find offensive, but I find hilarious. And if you want to know what me and my friends talk about, oh yeah, hold on, I gotta blur out this person's name. But I'll show you this thing. When I went on Instagram earlier, I saw this and I thought it was really funny. So hold on. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna. All right, here we go. Got this. It might seem mean to some people, but I don't really care. Okay, so I'm gonna try to. Okay, I don't know if you can read this meme because tell me if you can read this, or is it backwards? Because when I look at it, it's backwards. So I don't know if my view is reversed or if the playback is reversed. So someone tell me if this is readable or it's just readable or backwards. But I saw this meme. All right, this is really funny. All right, I'll read it. How about that? So I logged on to Instagram. This was the first thing I saw, and it said, "Some days I am a goddess. Some days I am a wild child, and some days I am a fragile mess. Most days I am a bit of all three, but every day I am here trying." Actually, let's try this. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Can you read it now? So this is like the type of nonsense that is so predominant and prevalent on Instagram and social media these days. And hold on, let me pull up let me read you the hashtags. The hashtags were real good too. Hashtag goddess, hashtag a beautiful mess, hashtag wild woman, hashtag rewilding, hashtag love that mess, hashtag love yourself, hashtag you are enough. So I sent this to one of my friends, and his response was, "Every day I'm a neuropsychotic trying to rationalize a way to not deal with my psychosis and instead figure out a way to make it seem spiritual." My other friend's response was pretty much the same thing. He said, "Most days I'm schizophrenic." So that's what me and my friends were laughing to each other about earlier. But just when I read that, I was just like, "Oh, you're manic. You're really mentally unstable, but you're putting this spiritual self-development, rewilding, divine feminine like thing on it." when in actuality, you're just really mentally and emotionally unhealthy. But it's just such a predominant and prevalent thing on social media. And it's funny, as I started talking about it, I think like 7 viewers dropped off. Whether that's coincidence or what, it's just kind of funny. But then the other thing we were laughing at is, I'll pull this up, and it's even crazier shit. All right, let me show you. There it is. Beloved Festival. So basically they have this whole section on their website to talk about consent and breaking down oppression. And if you want to learn about it, just go to this website and read just like the most purely psychotic new age nonsense you will ever fucking hear. But that screenshot, and they have a whole section on their website dedicated to consent. Why do they have that? Because rape and sexual abuse was so prevalent and so abundant at this festival that they had to do a section. And actually a couple years ago, they actually said that. I mean, they didn't obviously say it and acknowledge the thing. They're like, it has come to our attention that we must step into our own power to truly usher in a new paradigm of oneness and true blessing, or some nonsense like that. It wasn't like, hey, it's come to our attention that tons of people are getting abused and there's a lot of sexual misdeeds happening at our festival, so we need to address it. They didn't say that. So they had to just do this whole section on their website talking about consent, but not talking about it in an actual real way, but an actual completely psychotic, delusional way. And it's just, yeah, so that's just what me and my friends were kind of laughing about and sending each other memes and funny stuff earlier. But it's just crazy, man. It's so crazy. What's so funny about it is, like, we'll just sit around and joke and make up stuff, make up really absurd, silly things. But then it's like, it's exactly what they're saying. It's exactly what's on the website. It's exactly what they like really think and feel and believe. It's crazy. So, yeah, there's that. So, yeah, anyways, not trying to particularly be mean or make fun of anyone or put them down, but it's just like, it's so common and it's so prevalent, and it just seems like it's getting more so. And honestly, on a personal level, I tend to just avoid these people and steer clear of them because it's just gross, man. They're really uncomfortable, unpleasant people to deal with a lot of the time. And living on the West Coast, you definitely get your fair share. But anyways, enough being negative about that. It's just kind of funny and entertaining. Yeah, dude, definitely go to Beloved Festival. It's in August. You can go to the Cuddle Puddle. You can do some ecstatic dance. You can do some awkward, uncomfortable eye contact with complete strangers. You can, do it all. Completely indulge in hedonism and escapism. So yeah. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna head out in a minute. Let me see. Let me double check. Yeah, I gotta get some lunch, man. It's time for me to eat. Feeling quite hungry. Let's see. Will you be visiting Sweden this year? Yeah, I'll be there for almost a month, but I will be on retreat, so I'll have no time for socializing, or not socializing, but like sightseeing or tourism of any kind. But yeah, I'll be there for like a month. Looks like there's 7 bottles left. So these things will definitely be gone soon. And I didn't even email my main list about it. So, anyways, let me see here. Do you think they would hire me as a speaker at Beloved Festival? I'd like to do coaching sessions on hemp oil neckbeard infusions. Honestly, yeah, if you framed it in the right nonsensical, ridiculous way, I think they'd totally hire you and let you in. But you definitely got to step up your new age doublespeak and be prepared for some probably uncomfortable and awkward interactions. And you definitely need to be dedicated to dismantling the patriarchy. If your neckbeard hemp oil infusions were to usher in and embody a higher consciousness of oneness, tolerance, unity, and helping to dismantle the patriarchy and collectively check privilege, then for sure you could get on board. You could get a speaker there. You could get a speaking gig there. You just have to make sure to mirror back their delusion and their ridiculous beliefs. It's all about taking down. No, it's not about taking down the patriarchy. It's about dismantling the patriarchy and the toxic masculinity. That's what it's all about. But anyways, thanks for everyone showing up for this, whatever this was, poorly orchestrated, unprofessional live stream. And hopefully you enjoy the bottles of hemp oil. And yeah, sorry that it's going away, but it's kind of out of my control. But as I mentioned earlier in the live stream, a bunch of new products coming on Hyperion, which are much better than the hemp oil, in my opinion. So anyways, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. It's still kind of early. I need to get some food and get in another few hours of training before nighttime comes. So, yep, that's it. I just dumped out my tea. I'm out of hot water. The kettle is empty. And, yep, I'm gonna probably, let me see here. Got these new agar woods samples. Let me see. Yeah, check it out. Got this new agar wood that I've been sampling for the past couple days. It's really quite strong. These are almost drug-like, to be honest. Like, they're really strong, and they have a pretty noticeable effect on your mind, and they really fill your personal space with a strong aroma. So good. So, yep. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting what I do and for the good questions.